All right, so thank you all for joining. This is going to be a very fast-paced session and a very ambitious plan, 40 minutes, 40 things to learn. So I'm going to go fairly quickly. Don't try anything while I'm talking. The recording is with you. You can try later. So let's dive straight into it. If you have questions, keep posting them. I will try to answer all of them by the end of the session. First thing is don't use Copilot inside Teams. Why am I saying that? Because it's outdated. Use Copilot on browser. Browser means just go to office.com, log in using corporate ID, and automatically Copilot comes. That is always going to be the latest version and latest features available there. It's such a simple thing, but I see a lot of corporate people still stuck with Teams Copilot. Don't do that. Next one, if you're using Microsoft products, it is recommended that we use Edge. And from Copilot point of view, it's necessary to use Edge because Copilot works in two modes. One is full page mode and one is a pane, separate pane. So Edge by default gives you that pane. So use Edge anyway. And if you're from IT or security, you know that in Edge, security implementation can be done in a much more robust manner. The third thing is secure Gen AI. Means what? Many people, I'm talking about corporate context, many companies block Gen AI altogether. That's a bad idea because people are going to find some other ways. The correct way to do that is to encourage people to use AI in a safe manner. Any Gen AI will have some privacy, security, compliance kind of document there. Nobody reads that. But even if you read that, most probably your data is being used to improve their model. Even if you switch that off, other security, sensitivity levels, DLP, nothing is going to be applied because you don't control their policies. So the recommendation is like this. There are three flavors. Free version of Copilot, personal login. Use that for personal work. For corporate work, don't do that. You use free Copilot, but log in using corporate email ID. Corporate means Azure AD, Entra, whatever. And then make sure you see this green button. This means enterprise data protection. And then third flavor, if you have Copilot license, then of course you will see work and web tab. And then you still have the enterprise data protection. Now, what does that mean? You don't have to know all the great details. If you want, this is the link. But broadly, your data is very safe. It's encrypted everywhere, at rest, in transit, not used for creating any models, and you will not get any ads tracking, nothing. So if you are uploading corporate files, sensitive data into ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, that is exposing your data. In Copilot, even if it is free version, data is protected. So encourage people to use free version of Copilot for business related work. Now, new Copilot, that's what I mean. Teams still has the old UI. If you want the new latest UI, you have to use the browser version. So why am I saying notice every option? Because this is what happens. There's the default user interface. Everyone goes to chat and chats with it. But that's not correct. If you really think how people look at this, look at the screen. Everything except that text box is blurred. Even that mic where you can dictate. Long prompts are better to talk rather than type. So notice, even on this simple looking page, there are 25 UI entry points. I'm not saying you click on all of them, but at least notice them and think, what is it for? Is it useful to me? If yes, use it. It's a no-brainer. That's how you learn any software, including Copilot. Now, very recently, 2 or 3 days back, Copilot just revamped search. Office 365 anyway had a great search, but nobody knows about it. Now it's Copilot infused search. Where is it? This is the Copilot chat. Above that, there is search. Why Microsoft put it as the first entry, even above Copilot chat? Because it must be useful. But nobody notices, nobody clicks on it. So when you click on it, you get lots of things. We will go to search, but before that, absolute recent files you are working on will be shown here. And even without you asking, for each file, 3 prompts will come. One prompt is visible, other you have to click. So here it is saying FAQ, email seeking feedback. This one is also a PPT, but here the prompts are different. So depending on the context, the prompts will change. And below that, you have quick access. Quick access means recent MRU, most recently used files. You can filter from here. Shared with you by other people, this is a good place to find. And of course, you have favorites. You can mark favorites in what? OneDrive, Team, SharePoint, and now on Windows File Explorer as well. Great. That's about quick access, but let's come to search. But before that, if you see a PowerPoint file or a Word file, even in this recent file list, you'll see this icon. That's a Copilot icon. Just go and hover, don't click. If you click, the file will open. Just hover on it and it'll do instant summary. That's another Copilot infusion. But now coming to search. I search for the word invoice. Look at what happened. This is really new. Here it's giving me locations along with count. How often have we seen that in any search? Yes, you may see total count, but even that is fuzzy. Here it's precise count. SharePoint means OneDrive plus SharePoint. And of course, you can filter on those. Then we have filters on top as well, where not just Word, Excel, PowerPoint, many more kinds of files are shown here, including code and OneNote and chat and many, many more. Depends on what it is. It also shows Power BI if it finds in the search. One thing missing here looks like it is images and videos. Don't seem to be there in the list, but actually they are. In this list, images and videos are labeled as web page. I don't know why, but hopefully Microsoft will correct it. I've already given feedback. But this is where you get images and videos. Now look at this. This is an image. The word invoice doesn't appear anywhere in the metadata, but when I click on it, a web page opens. This is a SharePoint property page. That's why probably they called it web pages. But anyway, click on this and then look at what it is. It's an image. It has nothing to do with an invoice. There is an invoice sheet in my Excel somewhere, and that's the screenshot. So what does that mean? It is doing OCR for all your images across Microsoft estate. No third-party add-in. It has already happened. You just have to start using it. Then another great feature, if it was video, it will run search and transcript. Look at the prompt here, all Copilot feedback analysis. Now, usually this kind of search would not have worked correctly. Here it has given me search results as expected or better than expected because this is using the semantic index. But above that, Copilot has come. This is not chat, this is search. Still Copilot has come and now it's telling me, do you want analysis of what I found? And then it's giving me quantitative and qualitative feedback. So it's combining search and Copilot capabilities, and that's what makes it amazing. It also has other things. This search customization, which happens through admin console settings, search and intelligence, where you can define acronyms like this, or you can also define graph connector based external data to be searched. So that's about search. This is, if you have free version, then you will get this kind of search. This doesn't have Copilot infusion, but still it searches across all these areas, including OCR. So that's about search. Now going to custom instructions. ChatGPT always had system instructions. Copilot was lagging behind. Just few days back, this has been added. What are custom instructions? Copilot doesn't know who you are. So first part is, who am I? What is my goal, domain, expertise, challenges, objectives? That's one part of custom instructions. Then whatever you want to add, you can add, but I'm giving you some suggestions. Ask Copilot to ask questions if your prompt is incomplete. Then I am asking it to give me a summary of every prompt before it gives the actual output. I'm also, because I'm doing a lot of YouTube, whatever prompt, whatever answer, maybe there are some ideas for YouTube videos. So I've also said, give me those ideas. And irrespective of what the prompt is, give me a hidden gem. So look at the implementation. The idea is, once you have custom instructions, they'll be appended before your prompt, and then the prompt will run. So no copy paste. So I'm just asking a simple question, difference between Copilot notebook retrieval. But see, give me a summary first, then it has given me tabular because I asked it to use tables as much as possible. Then it is giving me business scenario of what is the implication. And then it is giving me YouTube ideas and hidden gems. So the same Copilot is going to give you better, more relevant results. A related feature is memory. It automatically picks up what you prefer, but how do you feed it proactively? So the keywords to remember are remember and prefer, either of them. So I'm saying remember to give priority to Microsoft Docs, learning, and tech community references because it does web search. Now, what does it say? Okay, got it. It's not giving me a response yet. It understands I am telling instructions. So it says memory updated and done. Now, this happens while you're chatting, but now onwards, it is going to implement that. So memory also gets appended, right? No, Chrome and Edge doesn't differ, but Chrome is faster and from security point of view better. And the top right corner Copilot pane you will not get in Chrome. So when you go to manage memories, you can see the memories which have accumulated. Generally, you have added them, so it's okay. But periodically go there, some unwanted stuff you should delete. Otherwise, it'll keep hampering your results because this is appended to every prompt. There are many agents available. I'm not talking about agents we create, ready-made agents. So there are 3 agents you must use. One is prompt coach, researcher, and analyst. Prompt coach you will get if you are free also. Researcher, analyst only for paid version. But all 3 are absolutely amazing. They should be pinned here. Prompt coach, their best practices for 1 month now onwards. Every prompt you try, even if you think you know prompting well, do it through prompt coach. And when you give your prompt to prompt coach, it doesn't just tell you how to improve it. It asks you further qualifying questions. So it becomes better and better. And you also learn. Another thing which most people don't understand is this prompt coach can be used for creating prompt for non-Microsoft tools as well. Or even within Microsoft, you can say create a prompt for analyst or create a prompt for researcher. That will give you a different prompt. And how do you learn? That's what I'm talking about. Prompt coach. Put your prompt here and then pin it. So when it improves your prompt, it doesn't just give you the corrected prompt. It explains how it did it. And that's how you learn. There is a copy button which is required. I'm sure many of you also must have given feedback. Hopefully it will come. The other problem with Copilot is we don't know what it can do. So how do you know? If you don't know it is capable of doing something, you're not going to ask it to do it. So when you go to any software, every button, every option is a feature. I know it's a capability. Here, the capability is one text box. So how do you know? You must go to prompt library. How do you go there? Go to see more, scroll down, go to prompt library. Don't read this. Go to see all prompts. And now you will go to this prompts to try. And there you get a long list. This is a very long list, 1,400 items I counted last. I have also scraped it and put it in an Excel. If you want, I'll give it to you. But it keeps growing. So you have to have patience. Read each item, show more, read more. Half an hour it'll require. Have that patience. And then what do? Read and think. Is it useful? If it is useful, don't try it. Then you'll get distracted. Just bookmark it. Continue till you reach the end, whatever time it takes. It's a good investment. That's how you learn the capabilities. Now you have shortlisted them. Now you can try them and then share it with everyone around you. That's how you maximize the impact of Copilot. Another common problem, Copilot is available not just as chat, at Office 365, right? So amongst many of these apps, Copilot is available. But most people don't end up using it in those apps. So remember to go to the correct app because you need to understand where to go because Copilot is available in 12 different places. Don't just go to chat. You have to think, what is the output I want? And based on that, I'm going to choose which Copilot I go to. Common mistake, you go to chat and ask it to create a PPT. That's a sad looking black and white 4:3 aspect ratio PPT. Why? Because you didn't go to PowerPoint. You want PowerPoint, so go to PowerPoint and ask Copilot in PowerPoint. Like that, choose the right tool in the right place. The other aspect to understand is multiple or one context. What does that mean? If I'm in chat, chat has visibility to everything, all the data, all mails, all meetings. So I can ask encompassing questions like this, summarize all mails, and it'll do it. But if I'm creating a new mail and I go to Outlook, there the context is one mail, the one you are creating. Inside Outlook Copilot, you can't ask summarize all my mails. In Outlook, it's item specific context. So that's the choice where to go. The researcher agent, if you have not tried and if you have license, please try it and use it. It's amazing. As an example, I took um, annual report of Unilever, put it there PDF file, some 300-page PDF, and I asked it to analyze. Sorry, not this one. Here, there's a different example. This is a researcher. So I asked Unilever, what products are they making? And I asked researcher to come up with 2 new ideas for Unilever to create products for Gen Z. And look at what it does. It's a long report. It took around 12 minutes. It's explaining and analyzing what Unilever already has. It is looking at the Gen Z market, competitors, creating a strength weaknesses table. Then it has given 2 product ideas, not just the product idea, a brand name as well, and how to go about evolving, developing, testing, and launching the product. This is the first one. This is the second one with some 18 references. It's amazing. And there is another angle to it. Many people say that Copilot output is not as good as ChatGPT because of this. So if your default Copilot chat output doesn't sound very convincing, then same prompt you put in researcher. This is deep reasoning or research. Similarly, when it's data-oriented analytics, of course, you go to analytics agent. That's where I put the financial statement of Unilever and I asked it to do this. This prompt also I generated using Prompt Coach. And look at it. If you know Python, of course, you can use it, learn it. And if you don't know Python, ignore it. But then the output which it gives is really good and it'll save you a lot of trouble. It doesn't mean you always have to give PDF files. You can give CSV, Excel, whatever it is thrown at, it works on it. But don't expect it to do ETL. ETL is not really a AI job that you should do using Power Query or something equivalent. But it does a great job. And many people do analyze researcher and stop at first prompt. Don't do that. Continue the conversation. You'll get better results. Another common problem people face is referencing files. I am searching, can't find the file because these files only come from MRU, most recently used. If you can't find them, don't worry. This button is there. Attach cloud files. This is a very useful dialog. Most people don't know how to use it. Yes, they may be going here and selecting files, but this pane has to be opened. Currently, it can't be pinned, but this has a wealth of information here. My files means full OneDrive. Recent is recent. Shared is shared with me. Favorites, which we have seen before. These 2 are very useful. When I click here, it'll show me people and files which they have sent me and meetings where in that meeting which file was relevant. So various different ways of finding files. These are Teams or SharePoint sites. And that's not all. If you scroll all the way down, there is a button called More Places. There's no chance anybody is going to click on it. Click on it, gives you a better list of all the access, all the SharePoint team sites. And very soon, folder selection is also coming. But for now, within a folder at least, you can multi-select. Now, each Copilot prompt has different capacities. So I've tried to create a table. It keeps changing, so don't this is not hard and fast and very accurate because these numbers keep changing. So currently, Copilot Chat can accept Word files, PowerPoint files, PDF, Excel also, and all this. Whereas PowerPoint can also accept these, but PowerPoint doesn't accept these like that. And this number is how many items you can refer to in a prompt. I am updating the table as much as I can, but there's no clear documentation, so some things may be inaccurate. OneDrive Copilot is underutilized. You can refer to files, but one by one selection is boring. If files are on folder, go to that folder, select multiple files. Now it's one JD, 4 resumes, Only when you select at least one file, Copilot button comes. Don't get confused. And now you go to Copilot. I am asking it to find the best candidate. It gave a rating, found the candidate, and even created a table based on the JD as to why it arrived at that conclusion. So amazing capabilities in Copilot inside OneDrive. Here is another one. I get research reports, market research every month about something. I am expert in this. I already have the reports for 3 months. I have read them. But now I went to OneDrive, selected all three reports, and I asked Copilot to create a table of things which have changed across 3 months. Even if I'm an expert, there is no easy way for me to do this. And here it did it beautifully. I've just pasted it in Excel for simplicity. So that's how, never think standard stuff. Think beyond, and then Copilot is there to help you. Another common thing, PowerPoint presentations. For a long time, people have been asking ability to create PPTs from Excel. Now it is available, although the output is still evolving. The other thing people have been asking is brand integration. Means my um, company logo, color scheme, font scheme, and so on. That is now available. All of this can be incorporated as a part of Copilot, but it's not a user level configuration. Ideally, this should be implemented in such a way that even in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, when people go to File New, the company name comes and the company templates appear. And that is possible to do. How do you do that? If you do that properly, when you go to PowerPoint also, your organizational templates will appear here. In order to do that, you will have to go to SharePoint Brand Center, some amount of PowerShell, some configuration, create a brand library, put your pictures, templates there. There is a particular way. I'll send you the links. So once it is properly done and implemented, then all users will benefit, because today people are going to all kinds of random AI tools, and then whatever gets created obviously is not on brand, and people are wasting their life copy pasting. So here is an example. This is a PDF. I go to PowerPoint, create a presentation from the file. In this case, I have chosen the default template, but given a file. And then now I'm choosing an organizational template, and then it will create based on the template. So that's how PowerPoint works. All these images either come from Microsoft stock library, or some images also get generated. It's not clear exactly how, but if there is a Gen AI image which you use from Copilot and then someone sued you, Microsoft already indemnifies you. That's called copyright protection. So you don't have to worry about using Copilot generated content publicly, because Microsoft protects you. Then if you already have a presentation, for example, I have a presentation, few slides on Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Now I open that presentation, go to Copilot in PowerPoint and say, add detailed notes to all the slides, only those which are bullets, and it does it beautifully. That's another use case for PowerPoint. Another common thing is many people are not happy with Excel data analysis, but what they don't know is if you have data in Excel, this balance sheet, and Excel is not doing it properly, this it will not do, I know. You don't give up. You copy that data, paste it in Word, and ask it to analyze. Same balance sheet. Never mind the formatting has gone haywire. Say analyze the health of this company, and it does it beautifully. It created a proper document with headings, subheadings. It's telling me what it is going to do. I did not have ratios in my document in Excel. It calculated the ratios, created a table out of it, interpreted those ratios, and it is giving me conclusion. And of course, this Copilot, I can continue asking more questions in Word itself. So if a particular tool doesn't work, try it in another tool. That's the learning here. Okay, next. Copilot in Excel, many people are not liking, but most people don't know that there are so many capabilities in Copilot. I'm not going to talk about all of them, not enough time, but remember, it's not just about analyzing data. There are so many things it does. For example, just give raw data to it and give this particular prompt. There's a very specific prompt, add all insights to grid. Even if you type it, it may not give. Then suggested prompt will be that add all insights to grid. And then it doesn't ask you which reports you want. It automatically analyzes and gives useful reports. In this case, it has given me 6 charts and I think 5 pivot tables. So use at least this part. Then it has ETL tool, built-in ETL, Copilot driven. Whenever you open a raw data file, it checks its quality of data. It's saying, I have suggestions. Look at this. Across table, across columns, it has gone and said it has unwanted spaces. One click and it is done. Even if you know Power Query and M, one click, you can't do anything faster than that. Then spelling variations. Fuzzy match doesn't work here. You'll have to manually correct. Here it has found spelling variations, and in one click, you'll correct all of them. So some good stuff here. Data type mismatch as well. VBA. Many people are writing macros. So VBA, example, I wanted to, some customer of mine had thousands of TIFF files and they wanted to convert them to PNG. Natural thought as a developer would be to use some third-party tool, some library, something. But then I realized in PowerPoint, TIFF you can accept and right-click and save as. In PowerPoint, you can save it as PNG. So why not write a macro? So I asked it to do that. It wrote a macro, but then I realized it is assuming that each TIFF file has to be placed on a separate slide. I didn't want that. So I told it, don't put it on separate slide, just save as and delete the object, just reuse one slide, and it gave me a macro with a little bit of tweaking. It's working fine. Of course, all of you know, all languages are supported. Then AI meeting notes, that's what I was telling Nandeep right now. We have facilitator. If you're an organizer and you have Copilot license, you should enable this at the time of organizing. And then it is going to take notes. This is not transcript. Transcript is live. This will keep listening to you. And you may think that that note-taking thing is not working, but it will wake up periodically and do it. And it is very smart. It also detects action items and puts them there. And because this is all integrated with Microsoft platform, you can just assign it to people and they will see in their to-do app under assign to me. So even if I attended 100 meetings, I don't have to double click on 100 meetings. In my to-do, one place assigned to me, I will see everything. If you are in a meeting, there are many things you can do. Each person in the meeting can have a private conversation with Copilot and contribute better to the meeting. There's another one. I just said agenda, and then it's giving me an agenda because I came late. Then I asked this in Hindi, abhi tak kya hua? And then it is giving me answer in Hindi. And just to prove that it works, I also asked what happened so far, and it's giving me that in English. So each person can be having a conversation in language they are comfortable with. It's private. Nobody else is seeing it. And then, of course, after the meeting, you will get intelligent recap with proper minutes of meeting, a chart about who spoke when, and you can continue the conversation. In case you miss the meeting, you can ask more questions. What many people don't realize is every Teams chat has its own Copilot. So what do? You go to a chat, in a chat, any chat, there is Copilot. And by the way, every meeting already has a chat. So here, this chat has been going on for months maybe. I said summarize, it will give it to me and I can ask for the questions. This is equally useful in channels as well because channels are for projects. Projects are long term. That discussion is even longer. So use it to your advantage. Another common thing, all of you are subject matter experts. And very often we conduct training programs, workshops. We need to create evaluation, quizzes or surveys before the training. You already have content and now you have to manually add quiz questions. You don't have to do that because now you can have forms, Copilot, generate quizzes from any kind of content. So this is Excel best practices, 12-page document. I asked it to create a quiz, 10 questions, 4 choices, mark correct answer, explain correct answer, done. What would have taken me 20-25 minutes, despite knowing this, happened in seconds, and of course I can modify it. So that's here I'm creating, I have a user manual for a product, and using that user manual, I'm creating a survey asking my customers how they are using the product. And again, It knows which type of question to ask, single select, multi-select, all that it understands quite well. And finally, nowadays, many people have not noticed it. When you have data accumulated, just click there in review and you will get rating or summary. Copilot created summary automatically. That's another good thing. Now, images and posters, many people are using lots of other tools. But if you have corporate data, sensitive data, let's say product specifications, you can't put it in any random public image creation tool. So this is data with protection. So use this. This allows you to create images, posters, banners, and videos. So I'll just give you one example. I've asked it to create my workshop for business leaders poster for that. I have created a brand kit. Brand kit is also a part of this. So this is my logo. This is my color scheme. These are my fonts and so on. And now it created these posters. I know many of you try Firefly and Canva. Try this and you will see the difference. And the good part is, if you ask image creation, it becomes difficult because the text is always confused. Even if text is correct, to change the text, you have to regenerate the image. Whereas here, this is better. The text is editable. So now you go to edit mode and then everything is editable. And as though this is not enough, you can even have all the standard stuff which you expect, whether it is Firefly, Canva, all of them give it. Most people don't know that inside paid version of Copilot, all this is available. If you have free version, directly go to designer.microsoft.com. There also you will get it, but no data protection. And one more thing, it translates into multiple languages. This is multi-select and it'll create multiple pages. Very, very convenient. So I'm going to skip some slides. Video creation is different. It doesn't create pixel by pixel videos with frames. Here you give a topic. And if you want, you can give a presentation also. So I'm giving the same PPT and I asked it to create a presentation from it, a video. It'll take the PPT as a base and it created a beautiful presentation for me. I'll show the presentation if time permits. It created a video out of it. You can edit the video, by the way. And where do you edit the video? Oh, again, most people don't know the Clipchamp product. It's a part of Office 365. You have E3 onwards. In that Clipchamp, there's a direct video creation. So I'm saying create video about how to use Copilot agents. Now it's going to create a video, put it on timeline, and it picked up images, collaterals, it generated the script, it created the voiceover, it has put it in the timeline, put titles, and now it is giving it to you for editing. If you don't like it, you can even change the tone, change the prompt, and regenerate the video. It's amazing. And what do you get inside? You get all the things you expect from a video editor: text, royalty-free music, stock videos, icons, transitions, and finally, multilingual translation of audio as well. So same script, it will translate into multiple voices in multiple languages if you want. And of course, it will create captions. And finally, you get 4K output. Mermaid diagrams. Many people don't know this. As a quick example, I'm asking to create a flowchart of some manufacturing process. It created a flowchart. This is mermaid. So if you go to code view, it gives you mermaid.js. But then I didn't like it. I said, no, I want each step to be different color. So it's still iterative. Then I said, okay, I want font color black. Done. Then I want rounded corners. Done. Like that, it works. And now I've given a more complex chart and it works fine. And if you know mermaid, or you can learn, it's quite simple. You can customize it as well without any third-party tool. But remember, free version of Visio is also available now. As of now, Visio doesn't understand mermaid. Image analysis is also possible. This is an example. I went to a simple auditorium, took a photo. This is Kirloskar Auditorium, by the way, Pune. And it counted the seats. Then this is an infographic. It's an image of an infographic, conditional formatting, dala kisne. And then I asked, explain, analyze. It is doing that. So image analysis capabilities are amazing here. There's an engineering example. Just take a photo and say how to solve this problem. This is not going to open. It's giving me step by step what to do. This is a common example. Handwritten notes, it'll transcribe. Doesn't matter how bad the handwriting is. And of course, Copilot knows all languages, so it'll translate as well. Now, when you create a good prompt, it's in your interest to share it with people. How do you do that? You put the prompt, let the results come, go up, scroll up to the prompt, click on this link, and now you can share this link with others. The other part is after the prompt gives you the results, at the bottom also, there is a share button. This one shares the prompt with the response. That's the difference. And if you want to manage access, you get all the things which you have shared, which you can delete unwanted ones if required. Another commonly missed item is scheduling of a prompt. Most people say prompt like this every day. Summarize all the communication yesterday and list action items. Communication is better, not mail. That means mail, chat, meetings, all of that. But then why am I doing it every day? So go down at the bottom or at the top, actually at the top, because there's that prompt level, prompt as a clock, and say schedule it. I'm going to do it daily, 8:30 a.m. It will give it to me. So when I start my work, without wasting time putting this prompt, I'm going to get it. I created some schedule and I want to delete it, modify it, 3 dots, schedule prompts. There you can customize it. Very important. Similarly, this thumbs up, nobody does, but at least thumbs down you should do, because people in Microsoft very seriously look at it every day. And that's how the product has evolved so fast. Literally every few days, new features are getting added. Another thing, Copilot output is not editable. So how do I edit it? I have to copy paste it manually somewhere else. Don't do that. Go down at the bottom, edit in pages. It'll split the screen, add a page. This is a loop page, by the way. Even if you don't know loop, just use this page. Here it is editable. And because it is editable and it is loop, I can share it with people. Now collaboration can happen here. And if I want, I can convert to a Word document as well. Now tomorrow, I give one more other prompt, and then I can add those pages into a notebook as well. That's a new thing. It's a mini agent, you can say. So create a notebook, put up to 20 items. It can be files or pages. And now, once I've added them, it still gives me a prompt kind of thing. But this prompt is only going to answer my questions completely and only based on the 20 items I've added. So if you want to do focus research, do this. It looks like a mini agent, but the difference is this notebook, currently at least, is not shareable. So idea is, while you're working on something, till the final output is ready, use this. When final output is ready, and then you have many such outputs which are primarily read-only, then you create an agent. So work in progress, do a notebook. Once work is finalized, then you go for agents. Another common, popular, fashionable thing, you say create audio summary, and then it's going to create a podcast out of it, out of the box. When you change references, remember to recreate it. And that's what audio summaries are. Most people have not realized. This is an example, live example. This is simple master file, product master. Another transaction file. This is 2 completely separate Excel files. I go to OneDrive, select both these files, Copilot, and I'm saying create audio summary. Most people don't know this is even possible, but it does it beautifully. And it created a 1 minute, 20-second summary. Just tell me if you can hear it.
Hello, and welcome to this audio summary focused on recent shipping and delivery activities, drawing exclusively from 2 work documents, one presenting paper, pencil, and eraser with their respective...
All right, 4 more left. So free Copilot, many people have been asking. So many things which I've talked about are available in free Copilot. The only difference is wherever there is a direct reference to something, free Copilot will not do it. Researcher analyst agents not available in Copilot. The create part not available in free Copilot. For that, you'll have to go to designer. But all said and done, all employees in the company are never going to get paid version of Copilot. So instead of them randomly going to other AIs and creating security issues, it's better to encourage everyone to use free Copilot with data protection. The only caveat there is you'll have to upload files, and anything related to meetings and email you can't do because you can't upload mailboxes and meetings. But otherwise, at least rest of it, they can use AI safely. Voice chat is another thing. I have found it very useful. When I'm working, mobile is open. Voice chat is not there in paid version, and it will not accept your corporate ID. So this is where you use Microsoft login, free version of Copilot, and then keep it open. So any clarification you want, normally we go to some AI and ask, but that distracts you because I'm working on the laptop. And then this mobile is doing nothing. So keep that voice chat open, and it's absolutely outstanding improvement in productivity. And now it has vision as well. So these are some of the use cases. This is just a list which I have thought of, but I'm sure you'll come up with more ideas. Now, the most important thing to ask Copilot is this. Office tools have 14,000 features. I have actually plotted 14,000 points. It's a Power BI visual called Sand Dance. Never mind. Most people misuse 150 of them. Nobody has interest in learning it. That's why whatever we do is inefficient, because we have found some method of doing it. And nobody even bothers to learn. But now we have Copilot. Copilot knows all those 14,000 features. So what is the most important prompt? Tell Copilot every activity you perform on Office tools and say, for example, I have multiple CSVs, I manually copy paste them. What is the best way of doing it? So describe best way of doing it. That is the way you do it. And then look at it. It's giving me step-by-step process. I can keep on showing you more results. But idea is, this is how you improve every activity around Microsoft platform without wasting time learning those 14,000 features. And the last is role switch. Whatever I have said is using Copilot as an assistant. That is not even scratching the surface. It is designed to be an assistant by default. That doesn't mean it cannot be forced into changing roles. So what do? There's the same PPT. I asked to analyze the presentation. It does a standard Copilot output. But then I created 10 such roles. One of them I'm showing as demo. One is critic, one is mentor, one is coach, one is boss, one is customer, one is competitor. And then what is it doing? Now I added this long prompt to force it to become a critic. I just put that prompt. Then I saved that prompt. You know how to save the prompt now. And as critic. And now whenever I want Copilot to behave like critic, I will first insert this prompt, and now I am asked it to analyze the same presentation. This cannot be done through system instructions because system instructions only one set. We want to change the role. So you'll have to do it through saved prompts. I'll give you those 10 roles. And now the same PPT, look at the output. It is absolutely different, better as a critic, and I'm going to improve my presentation. Now, finally, last thing. Obviously, you're going to save a lot of time. What do you do with it? Many people get scared when they save a lot of time because they think either they'll be kicked out or I'll get more work. Don't worry. You have so many options when you have extra time. Do some work proactively, which will help you add value to your life and exceed your JD. You don't have to tell others that you have saved time. You use it to your advantage. So with that, I'll stop talking. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Dr. Nitin. That's kind of a very exciting session. Lot of learning. Even at least I have been using Microsoft 365 Copilot, but again, I will have to rewatch this recording for multiple times to get through all those points that you have discussed. Thank you very much for this exciting session. Always privileged to hear from you. There are a few questions in the chat. Probably I will just quickly cover. Just one question from Maheshwar here, like what all Copilot services have dependency on loop? And if in case Maheshwar, if in case you want to get out of mute, please do so. But just to add some more context.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Nitin sir. This is really wonderful. The session is really exciting. So yeah, what all services we have the dependency on the loop. Basically, I think Notebook is one of them,